Good morning. Today we are going to see frequency polygon. Frequency polygon is a line graph that visually represents the data by connecting points plotted at the midpoint of each class interval. Okay, it's a graph. Okay, if it is an histogram or if it is something a line graph. Okay, if it is a line graph, mark the midpoint of the class interval. Okay, then join the lines. This is the frequency polygon. This is a line graph connecting the plotted points at the midpoint of each class interval. Okay, creating a series of triangles in the x-axis with the x-axis. Okay, not in the x-axis. When you take it simply, you will see the plotted lines alone, which is similar to forming a triangle. Okay. So what is a frequency polygon? So a frequency polygon is a line graph. Okay, simple data I am writing it to represent. It's a simple line graph connecting the points, okay, where plotted at midpoint of, okay, plotted at midpoint of each class interval. Okay, this is the one. This is the center of this class interval. At each center in the point it connects and then goes through it. If you want to remember, I'll make it clear. First interval midpoint, second interval midpoint. Here points will be there. Okay, and it will proceed. So what is the next thing you have to remember? Sometimes the line can be, this is a way you have to draw a frequency polygon. In some cases the frequency polygon will be joined, okay, either to the vertical edge or it may move to the next center here. Okay, this both the way it will come to the end. Either it will connect, if doesn't start, if the histogram or the point starts from 0 here it cannot come down, so it will join the vertical edge, okay, of the y-axis at the midpoint. Similarly, it will go through one other class interval marking the center point there, and it will come to the other x point axis. Okay, so this is the way it will join. Generally this is the way frequency polygon will be there, but you have to draw a frequency polygon this way. Okay, so first point, first class interval, second, third we are marked, making the center point. I am doing it. Okay, so it's a line graph, simply a line graph joining the midpoint. But when it should comes to the point downward, you have to complete it. So here, if it is, this is the class interval for this point, okay, it will mark the center here, and then the line from here joins here, and for this class interval, okay, mark the center point, and this line from the y-axis, okay, it will flow down here. This is the way it will come. Okay, why it is the frequency polygon being connected to the x-axis? Because when the frequency polygons are data that is being evenly distributed in x-axis, this creates the triangles that can be roughly congruent to each other. Roughly congruent in the sense, what's the meaning? Congruent means, okay, same size and shape. Yeah, that is the congruent triangle. So when we join, it will form roughly the same size and shape, okay, with the x-axis. This is the relationship between the congruent triangle procedures and the frequency polygon, so that only we are connecting the points either to the beginning or otherwise it can come to the end of the midpoint. Okay, so it is creating a series of triangle, one point, then we are connecting here. This is representing the congruent triangles which is having the same size and shape. Okay, if the data is being evenly distributed, this is equal to congruent triangle area representation. Okay, and one more thing, the area under the frequency polygon. Okay, the area under the frequency polygon is roughly proportional to the total frequency of the data. So area under frequency polygon, okay, is roughly proportional. Sorry, I have made it as equal. I have to write roughly proportional only. Roughly proportional to the total frequency of the data. Okay. So if it is evenly distributed, this would create a relatively equal triangles. Okay. This is what the frequency triangle and congruence meaning in this condition. Okay. Can we go to the first question here? So first question is been given a class interval. Okay, this is your first question. Class interval is given 0 to 10 and 10 to 20. It is a continuous data because here it is 10 and again the upper limit for next one is 10. So it is a continuous class interval and the frequency data is being given. Okay, so first I will draw through histogram. Okay, draw the histogram first and then frequency polygon. Okay, so that it is easy for the first question to remember and then we can go through. Okay, so first by drawing the frequency polygon, how will we move? 0 to 10, it's 5. Okay, here is 5. I will draw a line. Okay, frequency, I will mark one more thing. Before going into this, we will mark the x-axis. Okay, this is class interval and the y-axis, that is the frequency. Okay, then you have to mark the scale. X-axis 1 centimeter equal to, here 10 units we have marked. Okay, it depends on your scale. Whatever is convenient you can do depending on your question. Okay, no need to be, this is compulsory to be followed. And here y-axis is 2 units I made, not 1 centimeter. Here 1 centimeter is 2.5 approximately. Okay, 2.5 units. If you want to round up, you can round up. So for convenient, I have drawn this to make you clearly visible. Okay, so first data we are going through. Okay, so first one is 0 to 5. Frequency is 5 up to the class interval 10. Okay, draw a line for the frequency 5. Okay, and the class interval is 0 to 10. Okay, this is the first one. Second one, 10 to 20, frequency is 13. So here 10, 11, 12, in between, this is 12.5, 13 may be here somewhere. So, okay, we will move through this point. 12.5, 13, I will mark it here. Okay. Again, up to 20 it is coming, so we will draw a line. Yeah, little bit out of the line. Yeah, this is the condition. Okay, third one is 20 to 30 and frequency is 25. So I will draw a line up to 25 and again marking up to 30. Okay, this is the condition. Third is finished. Fourth one, 30 to 40 and the range is, and the frequency is 14. So one line below this I will draw. Okay, here it is, and then here it is 30 to 40. Next one, 40 to 50. Okay, then its frequency is 30. So draw a line from here up to 30. Then from here up to class interval is up to 50. Okay, Next one is 50 to 60 and your answer is 35. Frequency is 35. Okay, one more thing, it's 35 only. Okay, then here up to from 60 you have to draw a line, so perfect in that scale. Okay, I am drawing by freehand, don't do this procedure in the exam. Okay, this is the frequency graph. Now we have completed only the histogram part. Okay, now we will go through frequency polygon. So for the frequency polygon, mark the midpoint. That is our first rule. Okay, for frequency polygon, okay, 1 minute. For frequency polygon, mark midpoint. Okay, for all class intervals. Okay, remember this thing, so it's important. Okay, so first mark the center point here. Midpoint is here, one thing. For the second it is here, for the third it's here, fourth no, it is drawn here so low, my line is low, so don't take that one. Okay, here with the class intervals we have marked the centers. That is easy. For the beginning I am going through in the beginning part. Okay, here it starts from 0, so you have to mark the class intervals in the y-axis. Okay, to end the histogram, to end the frequency polygon, you have to go through the midpoint of this line. Okay, I'll tell in the last. Okay, first thing we will draw these lines by the scale. Okay, so slowly draw a straight line, one by one connect it, so no confusions will be there. Okay, this is the points. We have connected all the midpoints. Now to complete the frequency, this frequency polygon is right, but to complete the frequency polygon to area to be equaled, okay, to find the congruent shapes and triangles, we are making it to touch the x-axis. Here it starts from 0, so you need to mark here, go here to the y-axis. Okay, this is your y-axis. In the first frequency point, mark the midpoint here. Okay, similarly at the end make one more class interval. I go up to 70 because each 10 I have taken, so I marked one more class interval 70. So 60 to 70, midpoint is here. Okay, do remember this and then connect these two lines. We will be completing the frequency polygon. This is one side, and for the other, slowly I have to move through. Okay, no, it's a straight line. Slowly, 1 minute. Okay, I am not going a straight line, but you have to straight line, use a scale and then draw. Okay, this is your last point. This is your frequency polygon with a closed area. So the area under is equal to, or the area under the surface is roughly equal to the total frequency of the data. Okay, the area under the frequency polygon, area under frequency polygon is proportional to the total frequency of the data. Okay, that's all. So with this we are completing histogram and frequency polygon. One more question I will do for the frequency polygon just by the midpoint alone. Thank you.